Use weakness as a strength. Listen, you don't have to be God's gift. You don't have to be. People, again, it's about affinity. People don't like when you're too smart. Is that true or not? You're Mr. Sharp. You're Miss Sharp. You're suave, sophisticated, sharp. They already don't like you. Yes or yes? Too swift, too perfect. Look, Columbo, right? The reason that he solves every case is because he disarms. What's the word? He disarms the other party. They're not worried about him. They think he's too stupid to solve any case. You're too stupid to get anything over on them, okay? They're willing to either help you out or get you out of the store or wherever you are, right? So use your weakness as a strength. And here are the critical words you want to use. And these are very powerful words. And I use them all the time. And there's another gentleman who teaches negotiations also, who's a guru, the original guru. And these were words that he uses all the time also. His name is Herb Cohen. And here's the two words. What are they? Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. Don't use the words give me. Say help. Is there any way you can help me with this? People love to what? Is that true? Raise your hand if you love to help when you can. Yeah. See, it's human psychology. You have to say, is there any way you can possibly help me out with this? And people like to be able to help you out. All right. So, please stand up for the declaration. Here's hands on your heart, and the words are this. I ask people to help me. Let me hear you. Again, please.
I ask people to help me.
One more time, twice as loud.
I ask people to help me.
Turn to someone, give me a high five. You have a girl, this is mine. Okay. So, let's see here. I have a bunch of money here. Who will give me a pen or pencil? Any pen or pencil for $8? $8, you will? Okay, hold on, just before we do that. What about $5? Who'll give me one for $5? Anybody? You will? You will? You will? Anybody do it for $3? You will? Okay, $1. Anybody on $1? There you go. Okay. All right, give a round of applause. Very good. You can keep that. How did I go from $8 to $1? I was started at $8. How did I finally get it down to $1? What you say, please? One more time, twice as loud. Create competition. Create competition. So, realize everything is a function of just supply and demand. If you're buying, remember they're competing for your money in your business. It's okay to drop names, for example, or including other stores, other suppliers, etc. Even when I have speakers for here, I'll say to someone, listen, so I want you to come and speak on sales. And they go, well, okay, my fee is yada, yada, yada. And I'll go, listen, Bob, I understand that's your fee and that's normal and it's very fair and all that. But, you know, the reality is that I just need to let you know that I'm also discussing this possibility with Jack and Sue and Laurel and da-da-da. And, you know, if there's any way you might be able to help me out with this, it would really be appreciated because I think we could do a lot more, yada, yada, yada. As soon as I drop those other names, guess what? Prices come down drastically. Yes or yes? Yes or yes? So you're in a store and you say, you know, I'm, by the way, I'm, oh yeah, really, it's you know, it's $100. Wow, okay. You know, because this is the first store I've gone to. And I'm, you know, I can go, there's another mall across the street, there's Nordstrom's, this and all that. So do you guys match your competitors' prices? So they're already thinking you're going over there, right? You say, I'm going there, there's Nordstrom's. Do you think Nordstrom carries something like this, don't they? And they, especially if it's a private shopkeeper, right? And you go, do you guys match other competitors' prices? They go, well, yeah, usually. You say, listen, I could go over there. It'll be a bit of a hassle and whatever, and just get it over there probably for a little bit less. Is there any way you might be able to help me out? Can we maybe just get it for like 70 or 65 an hour? Or something? Is there any way you can work with that? Do you see what I've done? Yes or yes? I give them another rationale, but I've created what? Some compa what? Competition. Some competition. Same with any suppliers, et cetera, et cetera. I got a little bit of a deal on my Porsche Cayenne, but not much. Would you like to know how it was used against me? All right. So yeah, because I recognize him, but sometimes there's not much you can do unless you want to not believe the guy. So the Cayenne that I have is a black interior, and it has, instead of wood or metal or some type of whatever inlays, it's got really pretty carbon inlays. Carbon all around. It's black pattern carbon. It looks very, very nice. And so I saw the wood. I didn't like it. I saw everything. I didn't like it. I saw this car. I went, whoa, this is sweet. So when I went and bought the car, and he said how much it was, and it was like $132 or something like that. And I said, well, I'm not paying that. And I was, he started to negotiate. He said, I can't do that much. He said, if you want the carbon versus the wood, you might want to do something a little bit sooner than later. And I said, yeah, that's fine. So he calls me up the next weekend. He says, Mr. Eck, are you planning on coming in later? I said, you're right, coming next weekend. And I said, well, I was thinking, he says, just in case you want to know, I did check out all the carbons, and there are 3 black carbons in the entire country. And I know for a fact that we have one of them, and I have two more in different parts of the country. I've spoken to both of those. They are both reserved already. So this is the last one, and I have someone coming in at 1 o'clock. So I didn't know if you were serious or not, but it's okay. If you want a wood one, there's plenty of those around. He already heard me say, I hate the wood ones. I said, 1 o'clock? I said, because I'm kind of busy right now. He says, well, not much, He said, if you don't want the wood one. I said, no. I said, do you take credit cards over the phone? Yes, Mr. Ecker, we can handle that for you. I said, fine, here's my credit card. Okay, so. Good or good, right? Please sign up for the declaration. What was I to do? Get a wood one? I create competition. Again, please. Again, please. Hear someone give me a high five and say, you have a girl, a business mind. All right, let me see if are these helpful for you? Yes. Do you want any more of them? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. We can stop anytime, I got a lot more, but we can stop. All right, tell me if you've ever seen this one in use. Raise your hand if you've ever been to a car dealership. You buy a car, right? You negotiate, the guy sitting at the table, you negotiate with the salesman, you say 30,000, he says 35, yada, 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 and you finally, you say, listen, I'm not going to give you a dime more than 32,000, that is it. He goes, listen, I'll do my best. He says, I'm going to have to ask my, and this is exactly what happens, watch. Takes the sheet, says, wish me luck. Goes in, walks in the manager's office, sits down on the desk. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Hey, good, Frank, how are you? I'm great. How's it going? Great. How are the kids? Wonderful, wonderful. What'd you do this weekend? I went to the ball game, played a little golf. Yeah, that's very cool. Where'd you play at? Oh, Copper Creek was very great. Yeah. Who'd you play with? Yeah, Frank. Oh, yeah, Jan. Yeah. Would you go on Saturday? Yeah. Cool, that's good. All right, thanks. Listen, my manager went berserk when I showed him this. I mean, I can give you the car paint protector. We're already at our cost below. Wow. So I tried for you. This is the best we can do. You're not going to get anything about that. Anybody ever seen something like that? Okay, I'm being a little facetious here, but what do you think? Do you think the car salesperson who's been there for 16 years doesn't know the freaking prices? Do you think that he has to ask the manager each time? Do you think he's never done this before? Do you think he didn't just do this 16 times before that day? He knows what the manager is going to say, and they don't even barely talk about it, right? What's there to talk about? He knows the price of the car. He sold 800 of them already. He knows the 16 customers have been in for there. There's nothing to talk about. What is he doing? He's using something that we want to use also, and he's using this. What's it called, please? Third-party authority. Third-party authority. Use the power of the third party as your reasoning, okay? So if you're selling something, you would say, I wish I could do better, but the owner or my partner would never let me go now. My partner won't let me do this. If you don't have a partner, my operations manager won't let me do this. My wife won't let me do this. My kid will think, whatever it is. Blame it on somebody what? Why? Because they're not there. They can't do anything with the other person. There's nobody to talk to anymore. Does that make sense? They're handcuffed now. What can they do? Have you ever asked the car salesman, well, can I talk to the manager? What do they say? Oh, you can't talk to the manager. Only I can talk to the manager. I don't usually go, I go into the car dealership, I go, who owns this place? Who owns this place? You know, whatever. Duke Ellington Ford. Duke, the big Duker. When's Duke in? Duke only comes in for Friday morning meetings. Cool. I'll come back Friday morning. I go to Duke. How you doing? He says, yeah, have you been helped here by one of my salesmen? I have. And want to sell a car today, Duke? In fact, I run these seminars. And I'm a New York Times #1 best-selling author, and I have thousands of people in front of me every single weekend. If I just mention your name, man, would you business just skyrocket. I want to show you a car here I'm looking at. Reasoning, good or good? Here's a good one, by the way. Again, your third-party authority. I'm sorry, but our legal people won't go for any changes on the agreement. Our legal people won't go for any changes on the agreement. Raise your hand, have you ever heard that? Come on, where are you? Very good. Same thing when you're buying a situation. I was at one point in time buying products for our Inspirations booth from different clients, different speakers and trainers, and someone would call. They'd say, okay, well, we can give you 20% off of list. And then, of course, instead of yes, I say, you know what, I would love to. I would love to, but my partner or my management team or my directors won't go for anything less than 40% off. Can you work with that? Good or good? Third party authority. By the way, the third party doesn't even have to be human. Doesn't have to be human. So it's like, I'm really sorry, I would, but our computer isn't even programmed for that price. It'll just kick it right out. Oh, I see. I know, it's a problem. Good or good? And so blame it on the computer. Leads to a key rule. Never, what's the word? Never. I can't hear you. Never negotiate with anyone who doesn't have the authority to give you what you want. You're wasting your time. But a lot of times you have to make an original contact, don't you? You can't get to that person. So, they usually go by the price list or written policy. They have no authority to make decisions. It's okay to speak to them first. Get good information out of them. Get some good information out of them. A lot of times, clerks will be your best friend. and they'll help you. Secretaries, administrative assistants, executive assistants can be your best friend. Be nice to them. By the way, if you're ever rude to a secretary or admin assistant or a clerk, I guarantee you will never get the deal with their boss or their manager. Never. Because they'll make it a point to tell that person what a jerk you were. They'll say, this guy's just looking for a deal. He was such a jerk. Don't give him anything. And that person won't. Or you make him your best friend and they go, I think this person is looking for a bit of a better deal. They're so nice. If there's any way you can help them out, maybe you can do that. They're gonna say something. Yes or yes? True or true? All right. Please stand up for the declaration. So you're getting your aerobic practice and everything. It's worth it though, yes? Do these work in the real world? They work for me. Hands on your heart. I utilize the third-party authority. Again, please. I utilize the third-party authority. One more time, twice as loud. I utilize the third-party authority. Turn to someone, give a high five, say, you have a girl of business mind.